First of all, we have to know what is an atom. Atom is consist of electrons, protons, neutrons, and electrons carries the negative charge, whereas protons carry the positive charge and neutrons are neutrals, and most of the mass of an atom is concentrated at this nucleus portion, and electrons are continuously revolving around the nucleus in their fixed orbitals. Now, what is then trade? This is the atomic representation of an atom. Here the mass number is represented by the capital A, whereas the atomic number is represented by capital Z. Here the mass number is the number of protons and neutrons in an atom, whereas the atomic number is the number of protons in an atom. Here we have taken the example of carbon to understand it better. Here we can see that the number of protons is the number of atomic number, so its atomic number is 6, whereas the mass number is the number of protons and neutrons in an atom, that is 6 protons and the 6 neutrons. Then comes the what is isotopes. Isotopes are those species, those having the same atomic number but various atomic mass. Here we can see the example of the hydrogen atom having the different isotopes such as protium, deuterium and tritium. In this, the number of protons and electrons remain the same, but the number of neutrons has increased, hence the atomic mass has been increased. Then what are radioisotopes? Radioisotopes are the unstable form of the isotopes, and they became stable by the process of radioactive decay. And some of the example of the radioisotopes are the uranium 234, uranium 235 and the uranium 238. Then comes the what is the difference between the stable isotopes and the radioisotopes? Whereas the stable isotopes are most abundant in nature, whereas the radioactive isotopes are the less abundant in nature. There is no emission of radiation by the stable isotopes, whereas the spontaneous emission of alpha, beta and gamma rays through the radioactive isotopes. The atomic number and mass number are continuously changed in the radioactive isotopes, whereas they remain constant in the stable isotopes. And they can be detected by external detectors like the gas chamber and scintillation counter, whereas for detection of the stable isotopes can be done by the chemical and the spectroscopic methods. And the radioactive isotopes have the deleterious effect on biological tissue, and they need a special precautions while handling, whereas the stable isotopes, they are not hazardous and no special handling is required. And radioactive isotopes have the special application in research and the diagnostic, and the stable isotopes do not have such applications. Now comes the radioactivity. Radioactivity is defined by the type of radiation they are emitting. Mostly there are two types of radiation, ionizing radiation and the non-ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation are those radiations which are of the higher frequency and the wavelength is lower, and they are energetic one, and all the radioactive substance come under this ionizing radiations. Then comes the radioactive decay. In radioactive decay is a process in which the nucleus tries to gain the stability by shedding the excess particle in form of radiation, and for this the process uh, and this process is known as radioactive decay, and the radioactive decay process of each radioactive isotope is unique and measured with the time period called as a half-life. Okay, thank you. Subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.